Hello, my name is Brandon Boubian. I am the Senior Coordinator here at the Rental House. It's my pleasure to walk you through how to use our online checkout system called Web Checkout. First off, I just want to introduce you to our website. This is rentalhouse.champlain.edu. So this is a great site where you can get to our link to our Patron portal for Web Checkout. You can also find our rental policies. Please go ahead and check these. When you can. We update these quite often, and there's important details that even we don't go over in our demos or in this video that you'll want to know in there. Also, we have our production stage policy, so if you ever use our production stage, some of the policies are good for that. Also in here, you'll find our directions, you'll find information about parking at the rental house. Also, you'll find our hours of operation. Also, some cool opportunities, such as I want to bring attention to the crew call board, which is right when you walk in. You'll find it kind of right at the back of the room. And this is a great opportunity. So if you're looking for getting on set, you can post, you can look at some of the postings. If you're wanting to get people to work on your set, you can also post opportunities for that. Finally, here's some great resources, the Lens and Safety Protocol. This is a great resource. This is kind of built from some professional documents I got when I was in film school that kind of help you walk through just how to handle lenses and filters. Also in here you'll find this document that's really helpful. It's the recommended tripods and accessories per camera. So if you're not sure, we have a lot of different tripods, a lot of different accessories. If you're not sure which goes with which camera, you can use this spreadsheet that we update often with the correct ones. Finally, most of our cameras are from Canon, and Canon has this great resource called the Canon Learning Center. In here, you'll see the different some of the options of what we have, and they have great videos that will kind of walk you through how to use it. Finally, at the bottom here, we have our contact info, so we have our phone number. You can always call us if you have any problems. We are here during the week for your help with that. You can also email us at rentalhouse.champlain.edu. Finally, you'll find our address, and then if you click this, it will take you to a Google Maps for directions. So as a reminder, for reservations, you can make a reservation online up to 24 hours in advance. After that point, you'll need to come in person or give us a call. We do not accept reservations by email, and that's just because we don't want to, accidentally lose it or just kind of get lost in the the kind of pile of emails we get. We just want to make sure we can follow up with you and get what you need. Also, it's good to know after that 24-hour period, just know, equipment may not be available, so it's not necessarily guaranteed. So it's always best if you know you're going to be using this equipment, get out ahead of time and make that reservation. So with that, let's get started. So you go to our website, rentalhouse.champlain.edu, and you click this link, make a reservation. This will take you to the login for Web Checkout, or what's called our Patron portal. In here, you'll find the rental policy again. And also in here, what's great is I'd highly recommend bookmarking this, so just you have it and it's good and easy to go to. Also, you can log into this not just on a browser, but you can also on a desktop. You can also log into this through a browser on your mobile device, and then it's optimized for that. It's really great. Anyways, so you just use your Champlain login. So whatever you use to log into other places online at Champlain. So I'll put in mine, and the password's the same for that as well. So once you log in, it'll take you to this main page. Mine's going to look a little different because it shows me all the things I have available to check out. Yours will only show you what you're currently allocated for to check out. So at the beginning of every semester, we update the class lists. So depending on what class you're in, you'll see different types of equipment. So anyone who's used a web checkout before, it's a little different. At least it looks a little different. There's two kind of different ways you can browse through it. There's now kind of a visual option where you can kind of depending on what you're looking for, you can kind of go through the different categories. The other option, if you're used to kind of our old system, is you can go here to that spike, the kind of magnifying glass here. You can click that and you can search by keyword. So for example, let's say I was in the BRD 110 class for broadcast. And so let's say I know I'm going to need XA10 and a tripod. So there's two ways we can kind of do this. So I'll show you first the visual method. So you can go in here, click camera. So then now we can see all the different things within camera. We're grab the camera first, so we'll get cameras, and then you'll see all the different types of cameras. Like I said, it'll show you kind of what you have access to. Mine's a little different. And then there's the X810. So if we click on here, so it'll show us all the ones that are in that resource. So these are all the ones available right now. And so what you can do is there's a couple different options. You can over here, you can actually search within this. This is good for resources that aren't all the same. You'll see there's a couple things such as cables. If you go into those categories that you'll need to search for it, or clamps or something like that. You can click up here to the full description. It'll tell you also what's included in it, some other info about that. If you're used to our old system where maybe you're used to seeing the timeline view, you can click up here next to any resource. There's a little icon for view timeline. You just click on this and it'll bring up that view. So you can kind of look and see when it'll be available and which ones are available. Also, if you go in here, you can click on info for any of these and it'll show you the accessories and what it is also contained within it. This is really helpful if you're kind of need to know what's a part of it, just so you can determine if you need to check out any other resources. So we're going to go ahead and add one of these. Great. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab a tripod with it. So there was a great new feature with this new update to web checkout is on the bottom here, you'll see related items. So this is really kind of what other students have mostly been checking out alongside this item. So you'll see here, the tripod that usually goes with it is the intermediate tripod. So you'll see that's ready to go there. So that's one way you can get to something like this. Sometimes maybe what you're looking for won't be down here, but especially for a class like BRD 110, usually you'll be checking out the same things, and so you'll see them down here. So for example, for this class, a lot of people often check out dynamic mics to do interviews, so you'll see some of those options here. You also see the audio cables that go with it. So you could click here if you want it, but I'm actually going to show you a different way. We're going to search for it. So we'll search intermediate tripod. So there we go. I already see it here. Click on intermediate tripod. It'll bring me to that. So let's go ahead and add one. Great. So if you're used to our old system, but before you would make your time for when you want to check things out first, then you would check out or you start building your cart. In this new system, it's actually the opposite. So like I said, you actually add your items first, then you go to create a reservation. So then you'll add in your time. So let's say I'll pick it up. Like I said, you have to do the 24 hours. So we'll pick it up, let's say Friday, and I'll return it on Monday. So with that, a couple of things I want to note when you're doing times. Always make sure, like I said, sophomores and freshmen can check up to 3 days at a time. The weekends are 1 day. And then seniors and juniors can check out, and grad students can check up to 5 days. That, like I said, the weekends are still 1 day. So you'll see, and also too, like I said, you'll get an hour leeway to pick up your equipment. So just make sure, don't put it too close to a class. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. You can check out our hours down here to make sure we're open. Make sure don't push it too close to the end. We only allow pickups only until 30 minutes before we close. So please make sure you do that correctly. And we only allow pickups after 10 a.m. So please make sure you plan accordingly. For returns, you need to make sure you give yourself plenty of time. You need at least, depending on what you have, that could be anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. You just need to make sure you give yourself time to allow us to check everything. If you leave before we're done checking things, you waive any right to any fees. So please make sure you give yourself plenty of time for that. So something you'll notice with our new system here. So for example, I put that one X810 here and it shows me that, this isn't available. So what you can do is, if it tells you that, you can click check replacement. So thankfully for a resource like the X810, there's plenty of other options. So this will show you the other ones available at that time. So you just click this button here on the side and boom, it'll switch it out for you. So that's great if like I said, you can kind of click on things and it'll help you with that. Sometimes there's resources that there won't be something available with. So with that, you'll have to kind of take it out and go find another resource with that. Then finally, if you want to add a note to us, this is great. Let's say if you're looking for something, you weren't able to find it, or there's a note about something, anything. Sometimes people write poetry here, and it's nice to get that for our staff. We appreciate it. You can do that. So once you're all done, once you checked your times and confirmed everything, you can hit submit reservation, and it'll send it on over to us. There we go, and it's confirmed. So what you can also do, I want to bring you to the My Account page over here on the left. So if you go in here, you'll see there's a couple different tabs. There's My Reservations, so this will show you any reservations you have coming up. So let's say I made this and then realized later I need to add a microphone to it. So I can go into Edit, and I can go in and it'll bring it up again as if I was editing my cart, and I can hit Continue Editing and add items to it. So that's one option. Another option is anything you currently have checked out, it'll show you here. So this is a good reminder, especially if you're looking for what's your return time. You can find that in here. Then something I want to show you that's kind of unique, that's really cool here. So let's say, we're building out this cart of stuff. Let's say especially like I'm in a BRD 110 class, something where you're usually going to be checking out something similar. So you're usually going to be checking out XA10 tripod, most weeks. So let's say, oh, this is something I want to check out, or I want to just have ready to go. So you can actually hit save for later, and you can name this. So you can say, XA10 order, or, whatever you want to call it, and you hit submit. So here's what's great. So like I said, it saves the list in your account. So what's great is, so when you come into the menu, you go to My Account. If you go down here to Save List, you'll see the XA10 order that we just created. And what's great is, so let's say you're, let's actually clear our cart just so you can see how this works. So let's say you're going to, you want to make the same reservation you've made before. So you go to XA10 order, it'll pull it up, it'll show you what items were a part of it, you hit add to cart, and boom, there it is, ready to go. And if these weren't available, it would do the same thing where it says check for replacement. So this is a great tool. If you know you're going to be checking out the same things, or there's an order you really liked that you want to check out again, you can go ahead and pull that up. Finally, what's really great about this is you can actually, in our new system, bookmark items. So for example, let's say there's something really buried deep in here. So let's say you had the LED kits there for the broadcast folks. So let's say this is an item that you will probably be checking out a lot, and it's kind of hard to find. So you can actually go up here to the right, you can click this bookmark icon. And what's great is when you're coming into the main page here, you'll see your bookmarks here at the bottom. And so that'll make it really easy for you to find. So anyways, that is our web checkout system. If you have any questions, feel free to call us. Our number is 802-865-5748. We'd be more than happy to help you out. If otherwise, you can come on in person, and me and my staff, we are here to help you guys and support you guys in whatever way you need possible. Anyways, thanks again for watching this video, and let us know if you have any questions.